I'm incredibly excited to share with you an app that I've been working on for the Epson Moverio BT200, one that I've called MovAero. Now this is an app for pilots to have access to essential tools such as checklists while in flight to improve safety and situational awareness and have quick access to those type of tools. Now, as you might understand, capturing video of the app in action on the glasses themselves would be a challenge, so I've chosen an Android emulator to display the features that I've designed. Here you can see the home screen and the buttons on this screen, starting with normal checklists. Those are the standard checklists you use for normal procedures. Below that are the non-normals, also known as emergency checklists. A button for the camera functions to use the built-in camera for video and photo capture. I'll show a brief demo of that later. A button to access the weather brief and flight plan while in flight. And a button at the bottom to import existing checklists in tabular or text format. So let's start off by accessing the normal checklist. Clicking the green button will take you to the normal checklist menu. This lists all of the normal checklists in order, and one thing you will notice right at the top is a button to the non-normal checklists. This is designed purposefully so that the non-normal checklists or the emergencies are one button push away from any page, from any menu within this app, and that was specifically designed for safety. As you can see, the buttons on the menu are listed in order that you would execute the checklist and broken down by section. We will go ahead and select the first one on the list, which is pre-flight. This takes us directly to the pre-flight cabin checklist, the first checklist in the sequence. And on here is the title, again a button to access non-normals. And then the steps in the checklist, starting with checking the hobs. And as you can see, when we select that item, it turns green. We move down the checklist, and then we skip the last item and click next to go to the next page. A notification comes up asking us to confirm that the checklist has not been completed. Do we wish to proceed? By clicking cancel, I indicate that I did not intend to go to the next page without completing the checklist. And it takes us back so that we can correct the error by selecting the third item in the checklist. And then click next to proceed. This takes us to the next page, which is pre-flight fuselage, where I can begin making selections on this page. I'll now demonstrate direct access to the non-normal checklists from a normal checklist page. So go up one click on the non-normals button, which takes us to the non-normals checklist menu where they are listed in order of severity. From here, go back to the home screen where I'll get a demonstration of the non-normals checklist usage. Back to the home screen, I will select the non-normals button to access the emergency checklists from the home menu. This takes us again to the non-normals checklist menu, where I can go and select the first checklist item on the menu. This quickly takes the engine fire during start checklist, which again I can begin executing checklist items, and as I click them to indicate that they are completed, they turn green. Let's now go back to the home screen where I will demonstrate the quick access cameras. On the home screen, I navigate to and select the camera button. From the camera page, I can access the built-in camera features of the Epson Moverio, such as taking a picture or recording video of my flight. These are the features that I've designed so far during my short time with the development kit. I've relied heavily on my background as a former flight deck designer at Boeing and as a commercial pilot to design an app that will be usable, safe, and provide a positive impact on the industry. Now I'd like to talk more about the additional phases in my development and my plan going forward. Here's my development plan for the Moveero. First, the initial app design is now complete, and I have begun testing in flight during my flights with a safety pilot, currently in progress. Next, I plan to test with additional commercial pilots, first in simulators in the third quarter of 2015, targeting on aircraft in the fourth quarter of 2015. Also in the fourth quarter of this year, I will incorporate that feedback into improvements into the app. Beginning in the first quarter of 2016, accomplish the import checklist function. Right now I have accomplished checklists for the single engine land-based aircraft that I personally fly, and I want to incorporate that feature so that one can import an existing checklist from a table or from a text document. In 2016, I will regulatory approval for using this head-mounted display in flight and deploy it for commercial use. And also, all throughout this phase, be exploring partnerships with other head-mounted display companies and other aviation companies. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be a part of the Epson Moverio development program. I hope that you find this app useful and will allow me to continue development on this exciting project.